All right, now that we have learned about standard form and finding x and y intercepts, let's apply it to some real-world situations. So here's number 14. The Glee Club has $90 to spend on pens and pencils. Each pen costs 75 cents, and each pencil costs 15 cents. To write an equation that describes the situation, you can think back to our Desmos activity. It's a very similar situation here. So first, let's define our variables. I'm going to say x is the number of pens that you can buy, and y represents the number of pencils you can buy. Also remember that standard form looks like ax plus by equals c. So if x represents the number of pens, then I'm going to replace a with 75 cents, the cost of pens. So that means 0.75x is the first part of my equation. And since y represents the number of pencils, I'll write 0.15 in place of b. And the whole thing should equal c, which is our total cost, $90. So this is our equation that represents our situation. Now, b, let's identify the x and y intercepts. Remember that to find the x-intercept, I need to plug in y, or plug in 0 to my y value. So I have the equation 0.75x plus nothing equals 90. There we go. And then if I divide both sides by 0.75, I get the value x equals 120. So our x-intercept has the coordinates 120, 0. For the y-intercept, it's very similar. We plug in 0 to the x value. So now I'm going to solve the equation 0.15y. Wow, that looks like a 6. 0.15y equals 90. And if I divide both sides by 0.15, I get y equals 600. So our y-intercept has the ordered pair 0, 600. All right, now the last one, C. Interpret the x and y intercepts. You basically have to tell us, when you interpret, what the x and y intercepts mean in the context of our situation. So let's think about the x-intercept. Since we have the order pairs 120, 0, and x represents the number of pens and y represents the number of pencils, that means with $90, I can get 120 pens if I buy no pencils. So the x-intercept represents the number of pens I can buy with $90 when I buy no pencils. That means our y-intercept is something similar. Since we have the points 0, 600, that means the y-intercept represents the number of pencils I can buy with $90 when I buy no pens. All right, now I want you all to try number 15 by pausing the video. The school sells pens for $2 and notebooks for $3. You spend $24 on pens and notebooks. Go ahead and solve these 3 problems, and then afterwards, play the video again and I'll show you the review. All right, here is the review. For the equation that represents this situation, first I'm going to define my variables. I'm going to say x equals pens, or the number of pens, and I'll say that y represents the number of notebooks. That means my equation will be 2x plus 3y equals the total amount, 24. For the x and y intercepts, if I plug in 0 to my y value, I get the equation 2x equals 24. And if I divide both sides by 2, I get x equals 12. So the x intercept is the order pair 12, 0. For the y-intercept, I'm going to plug in 0 to the x value. So now I solve the equation 3y equals 24. If I divide both sides by 3, I get y equals 8. So our y-intercept is 0, 8. All right, last part. Let's interpret the x and y intercepts. Since x is a number of pens and y is a number of notebooks, that means I can buy 12 pens and no notebooks with $24. For the y-intercept, something similar. Since we have the point 0.08, that means I can buy 8 notebooks and no pens with $24.